The feeling of disdain is widespread for those who are said to be, behind the smiles, afraid of intimacy. Why on earth be scared of something so obviously delightful and profound as a relationship? Why take fright at an unambiguous good? We speak of such types with pity and sorrow and can count on ready sympathy for narrating the story of the end of a relationship that seemed to founder on their caution. The problem feels as withholding as being afraid of dancing, or as cowardly as running away from a moth. But to anyone who has come close to love, who has been deeply invested in someone and then had to watch the scaffolding of their existence fall apart, there is nothing at all surprising or even momentarily worthy of contempt in the idea of being very scared indeed at love's approach. Why not be really quite afraid, or even, frankly, terror-struck? The only people who can speak lightly of a fear of intimacy are ultimately those who haven't had to pay the true price for intimacy, those blessed, blithe or reserved people who by luck or discernment have always been treated gently by those they adored, or who've kept themselves protected from intensity, or carefully and cannily chosen people they could bear to lose. But those who aren't afraid of love haven't magically acceded to a superior degree of wisdom. They may simply never have met anyone they profoundly cared about. Love, when it unfolds in its full potency, is no game. It's necessarily impatient with all our claims to independence, self-sufficiency and sanity. It makes a mockery of our judicious plans and serene pronouncements. When we love deeply, the beloved isn't just an entertaining adjunct or diverting roommate. They aren't someone we have fun with on weekends and share the pain of friends' weddings with. They begin to structure the nature of our being. They are given the keys to our sense of self-worth. If this were to go wrong, this wouldn't be a little issue to be mopped up after a few tearful days. If, after those holidays to Corfu, the trip to Paris, the renovations of the flat, the long evenings in discussions about their career and their parents, if after all this they walked away, said they needed something else, worried that they might become restless if they settled down at this stage, and sent a brief or curt message about relocating to another continent, then the universe would crater. For those of us who are, in our depths, scared of intimacy, the problem might have started because of the relationship at university, or in our second job, or with a person we married. There might have been one lover who made us forever timid about giving ourselves again. But for many more of us, we can't put a finger on any heartbreak that rendered us cautious. We can't consciously recall any particular disaster. And yet we too are timid. We too take a very long time about going on a date, and are panicked the moment anyone seems to develop feelings for us. Probably our hearts were broken too, just a very long time ago, in years that have entirely vanished from memory. We can no more remember it than we can learning to walk or tell the time. But someone will also have broken our faith. Maybe mother left or father shouted, someone died or someone acquired a new family. And so we learnt that to love is to lay ourselves open to a catastrophe that we never want to experience ever again, and will do a lot to avoid. We, those who are scared of love, may well be the villains of modern romance, written off as stingy and odd. But what if our plight was in fact hugely understandable, very logical, and a sign not of cowardice, but of having fully and deeply and courageously surrendered to love already? We, the timid and avoidant ones, have been punished, as the optimists never have been. We aren't unacquainted with love. We may just know it very well, too well already.